Right, so that was it. My very first experience of seeing Jake Paul in action. Got up early for this one. I missed the undercard, sadly, so no quick response to that. But Mike Tyson takes on Jake Paul, influencer, 58-year-old Mike Tyson. And what did we expect? So me and Deck got into it in the preview show this week, and I was like, yeah, Tyson's gonna knock him out. Obviously, I don't know. I haven't seen Tyson in the gym. I'm having fun. I'm thinking, really, that's just what I would like to see. I've never seen Jake Paul fight before. I know he's got, I think it's a loss to Tommy Fury. I've never seen him fight before. So, yeah, going in blind, so to speak. And that was a little bit like what was on display tonight. You wouldn't want to necessarily be blind to be able to watch what we saw, but you wouldn't have missed much if he was. 8 2-minute rounds, they go so quick, doesn't it? It's just like, it's there or thereabouts. It comes and it goes. Each round's like, by the time you're like, oh, has he landed something? You look, there's only like 30 seconds left on the clock. You know, the entertainment side of things, in terms of the production, the venue looked great. It's a difficult one for, selling people what they're trying to sell them. They're trying to sell them a legitimate boxing match, and it's never that. So you have to pad it out with people who are going to say the right things and try and make it work. And it is hard. It's very hard. We got celebrities in tow. Loads of them are American, so I don't really know them. I don't really follow the American sports, but Netflix, big production, looked the part, big stadium, great ring walk from Jake Paul. Other than that, is it boxing? Is it what we want? Is it sport? Is it sport? It's not sport, is it? I said it was entertainment, and really, it didn't even feel like that. Mike Tyson, at 58 years of age, looks old, moves old, and essentially, there's got to be an easier way to make a living for someone of his age than getting punched in the face. He's only doing that for the money. There's no other reason for it. There's no one who can tell me, the buzz of the arena and that nostalgia of, competing, being a gladiator. No way. None of that. I do not believe that at all. He's only there because he gets paid. And you respect that, but you're like, at the end of the day, why are we paying to watch that? We shouldn't. We shouldn't. It's not good. That's not a good route to go down. After the fight, they were still in the ring, and they asked Tyson, "Is this the last time we're going to see you?" He says, "I don't know." And then pressed on it, he goes, "Maybe again. Maybe the brother." And that will be the case. It will just keep going on and on and on, because people are not producing anything else. Like there should be pressure on Jake Paul now to fight something slightly more competitive, and I think people are ready for that. I think his fans are ready for that. They've seen it time and time again where he's fought, celebrity names, celebrity boxing matches, but they might want to see him get tested. Canelo, no, Canelo wouldn't drop to that level, I'm sure. He doesn't need to chase that sort of payday, and he's on like Jake Paul was tonight, on a lose-lose. That's a lose-lose for Canelo. I can't see that happening. So let's not be silly and say names that we think are never going to happen. But at the same time, we need to be responsible people within the industry, ex-fighters. Andre Ward's sitting there. He won't say his own name because he's too smart for that. But he's hinting that Jake Paul needs to fight someone a little bit younger, a little bit fresher, something more competitive. And he he all but says, "How about me?" It's like, mate, what are you chasing a fight for? What were you chasing that fight for? That makes no sense to me. Like, apart from the money, you want to get paid, sure, but that's all it is. And I want to see Jake Paul in a more competitive fight, someone younger, someone on his level. He's not a good fighter, he's not. He's good enough to. He's good enough to be a professional fighter. Of course he is, because all you really do have to adhere to is a decent enough boxing ability. He's the equivalent of a 20 bout amateur, isn't he? So those guys could turn professional as long as they're fit and healthy. Would they win a British title? Absolutely not. Would he do anything more than that? Absolutely not. But he's commercially viable, so maybe he would get looked after and he might win something. But I'd like to see that. I'd like to see him come away from the 2-minute rounds. I know he sort of said that this was pushed upon him by Tyson, and I'm sure it was, but let's see him in 10-ounce gloves. Let's see him have to set something up, have to work hard, have to test himself, really. And apart from it being a high pressure situation in that you're fighting in front of that many people, performing where it is a lose-lose. You can't get knocked out by Mike Tyson. You can't even really knock him out because you don't know what the stick will be. At least it did feel like both guys were trying to fight each other. And I wasn't even sure of that before the first bell happened. But they definitely looked like if they could, they would have tried to have walloped each other. And in some ways, that's better. It's definitely better for us watching. But in other ways, it's far worse, isn't it? It's like, it's a nail in the coffin for this sort of entertainment, really. It shouldn't be this sort of entertainment. Let him fight someone his own age, even if it is from a different sport, but not these guys who have retired decades prior. It's not good. I don't like it. I don't like it. And the fact that, both guys actually went for it, made an effort. It had to be, otherwise it would just be a huge fraud. But Jake Paul was nowhere near even close to putting a dent in the 58-year-old Mike Tyson, who came in with a knee brace, who walks slow, moves slow. He tried his best, but he couldn't close the distance. He ain't got those sharp feet no more, and he's actually bigger, the bigger man. So he's never in position to sort of Tyson to raid on him. And the 2-minute rounds it's over in a blink of an eye. It feels like for me watching. So, that sort of thing. It could have been worse, but not for me. And I think hopefully that is the nail in the coffin for this sort of entertainment. Surely there's better options out there that can be made. Tyson fought Jones a few years ago now. I think it was in COVID. I didn't actually see that fight, but I know the reviews weren't great. And Tyson probably came out a little bit more on top than Jones did, just because of the way they've aged, from what I remember being told. So this is not the one. It's not the one. Let's go down a different route now. Let's let these guys be, and let's have a responsibility as ex-fighters who are younger, a lot younger than Tyson, maybe in my ilk, maybe a year or two older than me, maybe a couple of years older than me. Don't go chasing this Jake Paul fight. Don't embarrass yourself. Don't lower yourself to that level. And you guys know who you are, don't you? You know who you are. Don't chase those YouTuber fights. Don't do it.